Well, we had a bevy of earnings come in, so let's focus on some IT earnings. Well, Wipro posted its earnings for the quarter gone by, and ADR of the company saw heavy losses in early trade, and that on the back of a weak Q1 forecast. The tech major posted higher than expected profit in the last quarter of FY25. However, the company has said that it expects Q1 revenue from IT services business segment to be in the range of $2,505 million to $2,557 million, which actually translates to a sequential guidance of minus 3.5 to minus 1.5 in CC terms. For more, let's go across to my colleague Anshpil Varu's here with more details on Wipro's Q4 numbers. Ansh, take us through the fine print of what these numbers actually say about Wipro's growth forecast and what is the management penciling in?
So IT service revenue is up by around 0.7% sequentially to 22,445 crore as compared to previous number of 22,285 crore. If we talk about revenue in dollar terms, then we are seeing a down move of 1.2% from $2,629 million directly to $2,597 million. But if we talk about profit, then that has given a good jump as compared to previous quarter. We are seeing an uptick of 6.6% to 3,588 crore, which is above expectation. Whereas if we talk about margin, then that is 17.5%, which is almost flat compared to previous quarter and in line with the expectation. Especially if we talk about booking, then total booking is up by 12% on quarter-on-quarter basis to $3,955. But if we talk about large deal booking, then this has seen a very large jump of around more than 80% actually to $1,763 million. Overall number looks good. Voluntary attrition seems to have slowed down from 15.3% directly to 15%. So this is also one of the positive points. So overall, large deal booking and profit has been extremely well in the company.
All right. Thank you very much, Ansh, for getting us all of those details and explaining to our viewers what those numbers mean for the company. But let's also listen into the management of Wipro on the Q4 earnings fine print and future plans of the company, even as Donald Trump's tariffs are creating a whole lot of uncertainty, especially for the IT segment. Let's listen into what the Wipro management had to say on that.
The most important thing is what's happening in the macro environment, right? Today, in addition to the geopolitics, this year, macro environment in the context of tariffs has created a lot of uncertainties to our clients. And this uncertainty varies from country to country, markets to market, sectors by sectors. So if you look at it, the big markets that we have, which is the Americas and the Europe, clearly the clients there are going through uncertainties. Some industries, especially manufacturing, within that automotive and industrial, if you look at it, they are really impacted with what's going on. So first thing the clients would like to do is, how do I reduce my spend at this point in time when there is an uncertainty? In the another industry is consumer. They are getting impacted because how the inflation is going to be, how the consumer spend going to be, and so on and so forth. And I can tell you one example of a client where we're doing a large transformation program for them. They asked us to pause. It was not a cancellation, but it was paused because they wanted a certainty of what's going to go. We are continuing to see strong momentum in large deals. In Q4, we closed 17 large deals with a total value of $1.8 billion across our markets and sectors. In fact, for the full year, we closed 63 large deals for a total value of $5.4 billion, which is a year-on-year growth of 17.5%. Let me highlight two recent wins. One, a global technology leader has chosen Wipro for a major 5-year transformation program. Given the uncertainty in the environment, we expect our clients to take a more measured approach going forward, especially on two spend areas: large transformation programs and discretionary spend. The way I see it, the whole industry is seeing it. At this point in time, I want to say that GenAI is an opportunity for us. In fact, we look at it as three buckets of GenAI. One is how can we change the game for our clients, right? How can we deploy or infuse GenAI for our clients? And how can we, our own organization, right? How can infuse GenAI and create that advantage for ourselves, which could be client zero opportunity, which could be a reference for going forward. The biggest thing that we are, if you look at infusing GenAI for our existing managed services, if you will, it's going to help us on experience, better experience for our clients. It's going to help us on productivity. At this point in time, those are the two factors. But on the new deals, we take GenAI into the solution itself, because in earlier deals, GenAI was not there. Now we are infusing GenAI into that. Whereas the new deals, we are going to infuse GenAI.